So Taylor Swift announced a new album yesterday, so I'm about to make it my entire personality. I already have a playlist here on my TikTok page for the album because I'm going to do a lot with it because I'm very excited by it. It's called The Tortured Poets Department, which me as like a sad Tumblr girl growing up is really into that name. And listen, I was so wrong about Midnights. I thought Midnights, from the photos, from what we like got about it at first, was going to be a really raw, sad, like kind of crazed, you're up at midnight, you're overthinking album. And I was very wrong. It was very pop and kind of happy. So again, I could be very wrong here, but I have made 2 mood boards. So this is what we've been given about the album thus far. So I'll talk through this one first, and then I'll talk through the one I made as my inspo, because I'm going to make a styling video today. I'm going to make a bunch of videos about this album, and these are guiding my kind of, thought process. So the album cover itself is very like tortured, like tortured poet vibes, Tumblr. If you know, like the Lana girls will understand, I feel like. But it's kind of black and white with like a sepia going on. So, and she's like in bed, clean sheets, but she's kind of like not perfect. Like her clothes are kind of pulled up and like, but it's a little sexy. There's like skin, there's sheerness to the top. It's off the shoulder. The name Tortured Poets to me is giving sad. So I'm excited. I hope it's like kind of like a more maybe mainstream folklore, like a pop sad album would be to die for. But I'm seeing long straight hair. And then she has like all over her website this Manuscript, which is a bonus track. And this is where she starts to lose me a little bit, but she gives us like files, like almost like cold case files, and like this emblem, which almost looks like it has a feather, which would make sense for poets. And the definition of a manuscript is a book, document, or piece of music written by hand rather than typed or printed. So everything is kind of written by hand. We saw at the Grammys, she had a red lip going on. We saw some jewelry. We saw a clock. We saw black and white. We saw jewels. We saw kind of messy hair with a braid. We're getting some makeup and bang inspo. There's like a new logo that looks like cold case police files. This is where she's starting to lose me a little bit. I'm getting a little confused. We got Schiaparelli corset, which if you know Schiaparelli, it's like very kind of sculptural and artistic. And the corset to me was like one of the best parts of the look. And then we got the biggest piece of evidence, which is on a file, and it says, "And so I enter into evidence." So again, this is kind of where that police thing is coming in, but I don't know how they're going to tie it together. My tarnished coat of arms, my muses acquired like bruises, my talismans and charms, the tick, tick, tick of love bombs, my veins of pitch black ink, all's fair in love and poetry, sincerely the chairman of the Tortured Poets Department. So I'm assuming these are lyrics. And again, that evidence is like files, so that's that. But then muses is like, I feel like the biggest word that is like inspiring me as I'm like making the like lookbook and stuff later. And then tick, 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 like clock around her neck. So she's entering into evidence her tarnished coat of arms, tarnished in like metal coat of arms, like it's been through some shit. Her muses were acquired like bruises, the tick, tick, tick of love's bombs, her veins. Like it's all just kind of dark and sad. So that's the vibes I took away with everything that we have so far. What do y'all think?